How's it going, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're ready for our debut in Europe as Newcastle manager, but before we get into that, I just want to start with a bit of a thank you, really. Football Manager's beta came out just over a week ago. The general reception from you guys has been absolutely mad, to a level that I've never seen before in all my years doing stuff here on the channel. So really, I just want to say thank you to long-term viewers who have come back, to anyone who stumbled across the channel over the course of the last week or so. I hope you've been enjoying the content, and I hope you're as excited as I am for what's to come over the next 12 months. And you know what? I could talk about it all day. We've got to talk about more important matters. We're in the Conference League. It's only the qualifiers. It still feels like a big deal. We're taking on Fehérvár in Hungary. Let's see how we get on. Today is a special day. As you know, we're playing in Europe. We're taking on Fehérvár. In terms of the plan of attack, this is the qualifying round. We should bully them. We should spank them. It should be the easiest first leg in the world, and I'm hoping that we're going to beat them convincingly. And then for the second match today, we'll come back and play Chelsea. If it doesn't play out like that, we'll play the second leg against them today. That's the plan. And, well, you can see here what's been going on since you were last here. Bit of a mixed bag. Now, of course, last time we started the season with 2 wins in a row, we made it 3 wins in a row against Burnley. Mukiele scored from a header, and then it was Adeyemi with another goal for his collection. He is getting a fair few. Also great to see Farias getting the assist there. Perfectly weighted pass, and against a Burnley team who we struggled to break down last year. I kind of feel like we struggled to break them down again, but we did get the result. Farias, great to see him kind of have his mark in this match. We did rotate the team for this fixture. Players like Farias came in. After his heroics last time out, I even gave Ransford Yeboah a chance. Didn't take it, but his finishing has gone from 15 to 16 since you were last here. So that's positive. The next 2 games, not quite as exciting as that win against Burnley. We dispatched a Morecambe 2-0. Ransford Yeboah started this game. We rotated the team for it. Gabriel Barbosa scored from the penalty spot as well. And then most recently, we took on Tottenham. And we lost against Tottenham. We conceded our first goal of the season. You're going to look at the XG and think, well, they did okay, Tottenham. You know, they got a 1.26, but they scored from the penalty spot. It inflated the XG. It was an 86-minute penalty. Maybe I'm just bitter. You can see the team that started this game as well. Calvert-Lewin, Adeyemi, St. Maximin. It was not a rotated team. They let me down. On the transfer front, Matias Arezzo has now joined us from River Plate, albeit without a work permit. The aim is to try and get him a work permit. If we can't, we will loan him out. And on the outs, Jeff Hendrick has gone to Panathinaikos. He gets to live out the rest of his career in Greece. Have a lovely life, Jeff. Have a lovely life. So whilst today's first match is a game that I expect us to win, I'm still going at it full strength. I don't want to bottle qualifying for the actual European competition. If we made it to the Conference League and then got knocked out before we make it to the group stage, that would be awkward. As a result, no messing around today. Livakovic in goal, full strength defence, with the exception of the left-back position. Hickey is going to get one of his first starts for the club in this game here. He did play against Morecambe. I don't think that counts as a debut, does it, in the League Cup? The reason he's coming in is simply because, if we scroll down, Michaelenko has been a naughty boy whilst he was playing in Ukraine. He picked up 3 yellow cards in Europe, so he is suspended. He is one of a couple of players missing, alongside Willock, who's injured, and also Musiala. As a result of that, Thiago Almada is going to slot in the Mazzala role for us at the centre of the midfield. I'm hoping we're going to see a load of goals in this match. Just to give you a little idea of how good Fehérvár are, if we just take a look at Petiak, you can see him here. He's not bad. He's another Ukrainian, either-footed, can play on the left, can play on the right. He's out for 2 to 3 months for them. So, yeah, they're without their star man. You look at the star ratings. This should be straightforward. It never is it? It never is. It should be. It won't be. I hope I'm wrong. So going into this game, expectations are we get a convincing win. Adeyemi gets a few. Calvert-Lewin gets a hat-trick. That's the dream. We'll see how that plays out. Ultimately, this is the kind of game which we should win convincingly, and I wouldn't always do this in a video, but just because it's our first game in Europe, it's our first taste of this kind of level of football, I want to show the first game of it, even if it is going to be a convincing win, and maybe it can be a confidence builder for the likes of Adeyemi, who goes round the keeper and scores after 9 minutes. That is goal number 4 for him this season. Of course, he got 2 goals on his debut. He's got 3 goals prior to this. That's a 4th for the collection. St. Maximin plays it through, and it was Quite a good finish, wasn't it? Takes it round the goalkeeper, gives us the early away goal, the early lead. The fans, they look distraught behind the goal. Apparently there was a shout for offside. And as you can see there, time the run to perfection. I just realised that's another assist for St. Maximin. He is a different beast this year so far. Throw in on this near side. Fehérvár not created a great deal yet, but we've got to remain wary. We've got to remain vigilant. And, well, they'll bring the ball forward here. It's going to be with Dardel. Now wide to Hanya. Space potentially to get the ball into the box in. They will do it, and they will score it. Istvan Kovac with the first goal for them, and we haven't conceded many this year. That's the second goal all year that's gone in. That was very, very simple. Defensively, perhaps caught a little bit narrow. Some smart build-up play, and then, I mean, it's Aaron Hickey, isn't it, at the back post, just doesn't follow his man. I mean, Aaron Hickey, he's not great. Probably... Should I have started Jamal Lewis? It's a bit late to realise that now, isn't it? Calvert-Lewin heads over. That was a half chance for us. Statistically, we're in control. They've had one shot and it's gone in. Oh, I really hope it's not going to be one of these kind of games. At the break, it's 1-1. I'm kind of screwing up my nose at this. This is not the kind of game I wanted. I wanted it to be 3 or 4 at half-time. You know, a nice, relaxing, simple match that we could enjoy, and we'd come back with a big beaming smile on our face for a Chelsea game. It could still go down like that, but we do need to look a little sharper in this second half. Mukiele to Hickey, who I'm going to blame for the first goal. Almada, Martinez whips it. Adeyemi back post hits the woodwork. Not really known for his heading ability, the pacey forward. On that occasion, denied by the woodwork. And suddenly, we're an hour in here, and I'm going to go on the attack. I'm going to tell the players to play less sexy football in transition. Let's counter-press. Let's push the tempo of this game up quite a lot. Also look to hit some earlier crosses into the box at Adeyemi and Calvert-Lewin. Zakaria, Mbabu. If we get a couple, jobs are good and we're fine. I'll relax. Tackle flies in. Falls to Adeyemi though still. Calvert-Lewin's not the best start. Maybe he can tuck one away here. Or maybe just instead he's going to smash it at the goalkeeper. I think it would have been offside either way. I mean, at least we look slightly more potent going forward now. I realise I've probably left this a bit too late, but I'm going to make some changes. We're going to bring in Ransford Yeboah and Wilson up top. Tolisso coming in at Mazzala for the last 5 minutes. I mean, imagine if we scored now as I make the change. We're not going to. This is not the first leg I wanted. We were meant to win this convincingly, and it was all meant to be fine. Zakaria, I mean, could there be one late goal? Could we get something late from nothing? Mukiele, Zakaria, edge of the box. Tolisso, I mean... Maybe I should have brought him on off the bench sooner. That's not a bad way to take the lead in this game. It makes it 2-1 on the night. Maybe I can breathe a small sigh of relief, but there's still plenty to be done, isn't there? We're going into the second leg here. Mukiele, Zakaria, knocked around nicely. Tolisso hammers it home. I'm still annoyed about this match. This has been really, really disappointing. Oh, I feel like we've got away with one there. I mean, look, we dominated the game. They didn't create a lot, but nevertheless... We've got to do better than that. So we do have the second leg of the Conference League still to come. It's in a week's time, so a chance to rest some players. Everton in midweek we're not going to worry about. We'll see how this second leg goes. If we start demolishing them, we might throw in the Chelsea game as a bonus. Why not make it a triple header? Editing Jack won't mind sticking in another game, I'm sure. We'll be back in a week. We've got to play better than what I've just seen there, because that was really, really below average. Okay, so we played the midweek game against Everton. I say midweek, it was at the weekend, but relative to what we're covering today, it was midweek. It was a 2-0 win, convincing result. Tolisso from the penalty spot, Zakaria with a Tolisso assist. This man's on fire at the moment, isn't he? He looked really good. Unfortunately, Mbabu did pick up an injury in this game. He is out for the next few weeks, so he's not available for this next game. Speaking of the next game, here's the squad for it. We're taking on Fehérvár. We are going to do the Chelsea game after this. It is going to be a triple header. And playing at home, I'm hoping we're going to put in a much better performance. In terms of team selection, unfortunately for us, you can see here with Mbabu out injured, Mukiele moves to right wing back. As a result, Tarkowski's going to come in to play the ball-playing defender role in the middle of our defence. And then Tomori's going to move to wide centre-back on the right. He's not the craziest of wide centre-backs, but with his pace, he should be more than capable, I'd like to think, of getting up and down the pitch for us today. I cannot quite put into words how poor that first leg performance was. We have to play better at home here. If you played Football Manager last year or the year before, you'll know that home and away advantage is very much a thing. It's very strong in Europe, especially. Not that that's much of an excuse. Today we have to be better. It's a great chance for Calvert-Lewin after 2 minutes there. He has fluffed his lines though. I mean, 25 minutes into this game, they've had one shot for an XG of 0.01. We are completely in control. Unfortunately, we're rapidly approaching half-time without anything happening, which, from a defensive perspective, great. We're doing great defensive work. Meanwhile, going forward, 0-0 is almost a little bit embarrassing, isn't it? But we're not going to panic too much here just yet as we hop into the second half, simply because we got the 2 away goals. They have to score 2 against us. They have to come on the attack. If they get 1, then I will actually start to panic. Until that point, it's going to be fine. And while we could be on the attack here, St. Maximan holding up the play for Tolisso, plays through Calvert-Lewin, difficult angle, holds it at Welno, Michaelenko, Adeyemi's efforts blocked, and well, the first highlight really of the game since the second minute was a really good opportunity we've not taken. And unlike last game, I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Earlier changes happening here. We're going to bring in Willock. I'm going to bring in Musiala as well, who's on his long road to recovery from injury. And you know what? For good measure, we're going to bring in Gabby up top for Adeyemi, I think, for what remains of this game. Statistically, it's been as good a performance as you're going to see in Football Manager. We've not seen any of the highlights, but we've had 27 shots, apparently. I mean, all I've got to say is, it's a good job we've got the Chelsea game. There were 2 highlights in the entirety of this match. Not a classic. Should we just go to the Chelsea? We're through, but let's just go to the Chelsea game. What was that? So I am fearful that this could descend into the least eventful episode ever. The last game today is against Chelsea. It's mad, isn't it? When you look at the league table, we've played 5 games. There are teams that have played 8 matches this season. And simply because of the European games that we're in, the Carabao Cup games that we have, fixtures are getting delayed. Let's be honest, when you look at this set of results, it's great from a defensive point of view, but going forward, we've not done enough. So going into this game, I'm making a few changes, which you might have seen me experiment when we've been chasing matches. We're getting rid of plays ball out of defence. We're not going to play on shorter, any more passing. We're going to go more direct here against Chelsea at home. And also, rather than extremely wide, we're going to go just a wide. And really, I just want to tweak things a little bit and see how we fare with it. Now, this is what I consider my best 11 that's actually available, with the exception of Mbabu, who would probably come in and then we'd shuffle around the defence. But as you will note here, due to the fixtures, there are some tired legs out there. There are some players at risk of injury, so I think we are going to have to do some rotation. I'm thinking the likes of Tolisso, who's been good, is perhaps going to have to come in. Elsewhere, play Almada, I think, at Musiala. Musiala does not need a fitness test, so we're going to put him back into the team today. He is one of our best players when he's fully fit. Of course, he's been out with a torn abdominal muscle. I'm out also looking at the striker position. Calvert-Lewin is struggling. And I think I'm going to bring in Wilson. He's not done a lot yet. Maybe today's the day you can have a real impact. It's going to be his first start of the season. If we just look at our strikers here, of course, we're blessed with a fair few options. The 5 strikers kind of highlighted here. The players I'm happy to rely upon. Of all of them, Wilson's been the most disappointing. But I'm going to give him a chance. This is his redemption chance. Deadline day is coming up. Sporting are interested. I might still try and force him out the door if he doesn't show up here. So we're taking on Chelsea. It's going to be a really tricky game. Callum Wilson is playing for his livelihood here. I was going to say for his life. That's a bit dramatic, isn't it? Jorginho, don't do it to me from kickoff. No. Oh my word. It's fine. We're fine. I'm fine. Breathe. Mukiele down this right-hand side. What can we create perhaps? He's playing, of course, the wide wing-back role. With the injuries at the back, and well, he very nearly got an assist. Adeyemi, back post header just wide of the post. Mendy may have just had it covered. Throw in on the far side. We've looked lively to start this game, but we need goals. It's something we've struggled with as of late. Tolisso. Okay then. I mean, what do I say about that one? He's in bloody good form at the moment, is Tolisso. Just as a reminder, we signed that man for £1.2 million from Bayern Munich. Yeah, He's quite good. He got man of the match against Everton. He's just scored an absolute banger. 15 minutes gone. 1-0. And another highlight. Why not Football Manager? Indulge me. Michaelenko, Martinez, dinks it forward. Adeyemi, great touchdown. Brings it forward, squeezes it in. It might have gone in off the defender. It has been given to the defender. I'm not going to complain. We've scored a second against Chelsea here. A Chelsea team that have started well. And with this, whilst you can't, my face is in the way. We've moved up to 4th with this goal. Just as a reminder, we've played less games than everyone else. This could make it, I want to say this could make it 6 wins out of 7 or 5 wins out of 6. We've only slipped up once. It'll be 5 wins out of 6. We can see it here. 15 points. It's going really well, isn't it? I'm going to claim that my small tactical tweaks were a stroke of genius. I mean, let's be honest. We've been somewhat fortuitous, but we've taken the chances that have come our way, and we probably deserve to be in the lead on the balance of play. Chelsea have not shown us anything yet. Straight into a highlight here to start the second half. It's Havertz bending it. Oh my word, Kai Havertz. Okay. I mean, that was a very quick highlight into the half, and after saying, oh, they've not done anything, King Kai has just decided to do that. Mason Mount plays it forward. Havertz wraps his foot around it. Okay then, mate. I don't know what to say. I mean, we've been really good defensively. We don't concede very many. I was going to big up our defence as we went into the second half. Can't do that now. They've got one back. Chelsea looking a bit more confident. Maybe it's time for some changes. So first things first, we're going to start time wasting. It's time to initiate the dark arts. Elsewhere, Wilson's not had a good game. I'm going to take him off. I've given him a chance to play for his life. He's not staying at the club, I've decided. We're going to bring in Ransford Yeboah up top, I think, alongside Adeyemi. Elsewhere, Musiala's coming back from injury. We're going to bring in St. Maximin. St. Maximin's looked really good, actually, this year. Didn't get as many starts last season just because he was injured a fair bit. But when we've given him opportunities, tail end of last season, start of this season, he's looked top draw. Hoping that he's going to do the business for us. With 20 minutes left, Chelsea are still kind of going for us here. But I'm going to go more direct and try and just catch them out on the break if we can. Right, Livakovic to play it out from the back to Michaelenko, who I was suggested by my assistant should be taken off, but I'm not going to take him off because Hickey's been awful, and because balls like that can be delivered in by the left back. That was a mad cross into the box. That is what we want to see. And Adeyemi at the back post lurking away. It is now 3-1 against Chelsea. The ball was a searching one, an ambitious one right from the byline. But Adeyemi is there. He wins the aerial battle. Mendy is beaten at his near post. With 15 minutes left of this game, we go back ahead by 2. I think we're about to pull off a massive upset, massively against the run of play, and I'm all for it. 4 minutes of added time here. Surely that is that. Chelsea are not going to score 2 now, and whilst there might be one last highlight here, it can't amount to anything, can it? I mean, maybe we could catch them out. Ransford Yeboah, Almada plays it forward. Adeyemi is through. He might want another through his collection. He might get another Mendy good stop, to be fair. I feel like Adeyemi had a chance like that last episode in the last minute. I think it was against Burnley, and he missed it. He doesn't like to score last-minute goals. Doesn't think they're fair. That's full-time. I'll take it. 3-1, a good result. Not the most convincing, but a really good first half. Set us up nicely. And to be fair, Chelsea, for all the shots they had, it took a wonder goal for them to get their only goal of the game. They didn't have a whole host of highlights. With that, we climb up to 4th, and as I mentioned, games in hand on the teams above us. We're in a really, really good position all of a sudden, and after a bit of disappointment, let's be honest, in the first 2 games today, we've just taken on Simeone's Chelsea and bullied them. Michaelenko, man of the match. Maybe we found a left back. So with that, things are looking really rosy here at Newcastle. A bit of a weird episode today with the spontaneous triple header, but I hope you enjoyed it nevertheless. In terms of next time, we're going to come back before the big winter break. We have got our Euro Cup 2 group, or should I say Conference League group. Celtic undeniably the most notable of the teams in this group, alongside Djurgården and also Austria Klagenfurt. Not going to pretend I've heard of them. Austrian viewers, let me know who I need to be afraid of in their squad. In terms of when we're going to be back next time, I'm looking ahead and I'm thinking that a game against Celtic could be quite fun. I'm thinking we might do the game at home against Celtic in October. Of course, we've got this crazy condensed schedule with the World Cup on the horizon. I'm thinking maybe the games against Celtic and Arsenal could be a tasty double header ahead of what is going to be a fairly long break over the winter period. Yeah, I think that's what we'll come back for. Celtic at home. That sounds like a proper European fixture, doesn't it? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll be back again tomorrow for more. And well, until then, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.